Hello everyone, welcome to the Morrowind Book Club. Today we're going to be reading Lives of the Saints. Let us begin. Lives of the Saints. If you would be wise, model your lives on the lives of the saints. If you would learn valor, follow Saint Nerevar, the captain. Patron of warriors and statesmen, Lord Nerevar helped to unite the barbarian Dunmer tribes into a great nation, culminating in his martyrdom, when leading the Dunmer to victory against the evil Dwemer and the traitor's house Dagoth in the Battle of Red Mountain. Sorry, there's a lot of propaganda in there, but you know what? That should be the end of the entire discussion. You know, just follow Saint Nerevar. Be like Saint Nerevar because that's us. So I'm going to be like Saint Nerevar because that's me. Yep. If you would learn daring, follow Saint Veloth, the Pilgrim, patron of outcasts and spiritual seekers. Okay, actually, so far Veloth has sounded pretty cool. Saint Veloth, prophet and mystic, led the Dunmer out of the decadent? Decadent? Isn't decadent a good thing? Like, it's a decadent chocolate. Anyways, decadent home country of the Somerset Isles and into the promised land of Morrowind. So he led them from the decadent land of Somerset Isles into ash and volcano. Alright, maybe Veloth is not that great. Saint Veloth also taught the difference between the good and bad Daedra, and won the aid of the good Daedra for his people, while teaching how to carefully negotiate with the bad Daedra. Wow, so... Oh, see, I'm sorry, when I started reading this Lives of the Saints, I was waiting to hear, like, Vivek and them, but, you know, they're not saints, they're actual gods, but this is an interesting thing, because would Nerevar be somewhat of a god at this? No, he's just reincarnated. Yeah, okay. Whatever. If you would learn generosity, follow Saint Rilms, the barefooted, patron of pilgrims and beggars. Saint Rilms gave away her shoes, then dressed and appeared as a beggar to better acquaint herself with the poor. If you would learn self-respect and respect for others, follow Saint Avalor, the penitent. Patron of tanners and miners, this foul criminal repented his sins and traveled a circuit of the great pilgrimages, there we go, on his knees. If you would learn mercy and its fruits, follow Saint Acerin, the merciful, patron of brewers, bakers, distillers. This pure virgin of modest aspect could heal all diseases at the price of taking the disease upon herself. Tough-minded and fearless, she took on the burdens of others and bore those burdens to an honored old age. If you would learn fierce justice, follow Saint Felms the Bold, patron of butchers and fishmongers. This brave warlord slew the Nord invaders and drove them from our lands. He could neither read nor write, receiving inspiration directly from the lips of Umzivi. If you would learn pride of race and tribe, follow Saint Roris the Martyr, patron of furnishers and caravanners, captured by Argonians just before the Arnesian War. Roris proudly refused to renounce the tribunal faith and withstood the cruel tortures of Argonian sorcerers. Vengeance and justice for the martyred Saint Roris was the rallying cry of the Arnesian War. If you would learn the rule of law and justice, follow Saint Olms, the Just, patron of chandlers and clerks. Founder of the Ordinators, St. Olms conceived and articulated the fundamental principles of testing, ordeal, and repentance. If you would learn benevolence, follow St. Delin the Wise, patron of potters and glassmakers. St. Delin was head of House in Doril, a skilled lawyer and author of many learned treatises on tribunal law and custom. If you would learn the love of peace, follow St. Maris the Peacemaker, patron of farmers and laborers. As a little girl, St. Maris showed healing gifts and trained as a healer. She ended a long and bloody house war, intervening on the battlefield in her white robe to heal warriors and spellcrafters without regard to faction. The troops of all house adopted white robes as her standard and refused to shed the blood of their brethren. If you would learn reverence, follow St. Lothis the Pious, patron of tailors and dyers, contemporary and companion of the tribunals, and the best-loved Alma Rula of the tribunal temple. He formulated the central rituals and principles of the new temple faith. Saint Lothis is a symbolic mortal bridge between the gods and the faithful, and the archetypal priest. And that was Lives of the Saints. Now, the only other, it's pretty straightforward. The only thing that I do find intriguing are the two saints, Olms and Dellen. If I recall correctly, those two are, let's take a look. I believe the only two that have cantons named after them in Vivek. Olms and Dellen, yes. The others are all based around the houses. Now, we don't know if they're male or female. Every other one gives you a his or herself, but Olms and Dellen are the only two that do not. And it seems like the way they go about it is very deliberate that it doesn't. Are there any other books or any other I may have read them myself. Any of the books that cover these two saints, and does it give more details about them? Because I'm kind of curious about this. Anyways, that was it. That's like the only sort of observation I had was I'm like, well, these are all pretty. It's all pretty standard, you know, like temple type stuff. Like, hey, yeah, follow this saint because this saint does cool stuff, I guess. Yep. So that was Lives of the Saints. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.